Okay, so this is part 3 of the November 2009 website test. So this section here is just going to finish off by editing this particular list and by looking for some potentially future hyperlinks on a different page. So if we refer back to our instructions, I'm just completing instruction 40 from the end of the last video, whereby we've brought across this information. We've replaced the text, but it's currently in the style of P, paragraph, as we can see here. What we want to do is we want to format this style to LI. Now this is a new type of text heading that you may not have come across before. LI denotes the heading of a list. You can also find it identified as a UL, which is known as an unordered list. But essentially what it does is the template shows you what kind of list you have. And when we change this, we'll see that this particular template denotes our list as a bullet point section. So I'm just going to go to where it says P either side of my first element of the list, and I'm going to replace this with the tag LI. And now when I click over on the screen, I can see that this changes my text to a bullet point list. I'm going to copy that same section of the tag and just replace these P openers with the LI openers. And then I'm going to do the same, highlight the closing with the / for closing, and replace these sections here. And now I have my unordered list, which is a bullet point list. So I can save that, Command and S to automatically save. The next section here asks you to save it as n9offers.htm, which is what we've been working on, as I can see from the name of my file over there. And then print this page as it is viewed in your browser and print a copy of the HTML source. Now you know, because I have explained to you, that at the end of the exam you would have to go through the HTML source and actually physically highlight which sections you've edited. So you do need to be relatively confident in reading through this page of code so that you're actually understanding what each section of the code is actually relating to, and what the different tags mean in that sense. So be using this opportunity to get a little bit more familiar with how the code works. So I would have to save the option, File and Save All, and then File, Preview in Browser, open it in Google Chrome or Safari, and then print it in this view. Okay, so just by File and Print from this view, and then print your code with a right click over the code and print code, or you can copy the code and put it into text edit and print it from there. But either way, you're going to have to go through and highlight what has been changed or edited in the code. Now the last instruction on the website task asks you to open up another page that's in the same folder, n9tape.html. You're not actually editing anything on this page, you're just looking for two possible hyperlinks that would need to be created from the text on this web page. This is going to be need to made a note of so that you can use this information in step 54. And if I just scroll through to step 54, the next instruction is about preparing a short presentation. And in step 54 it asks you to add a bullet point list to your presentation, showing consistent spacing between images, and then the second and third bullet points should list the new hyperlinks to be added to the web page n9tape.html. State the types of hyperlinks required and the text that hyperlinks will link from. Okay, you will have identified these in step 42. So we're not actually making these hyperlinks, we're just having a look to see what hyperlinks should be created so that we can recommend them for that page. So what we would do is I can close N9 offers here, and I can go down and find where my N9 tape page is. There it is, .htm, not the JPG image file, but the website file. And when I open it up, I've got this particular page that lists a selection of information about the adhesive tape. Now, the two places that are going to be most clearly recommended for a hyperlink is going to be, number one, a link back to the home page, okay, so a link back to the original site, and this link down here, because this is an email. So what you want to be able to do when you click on an email address on a web page is it should automatically open up your email browser so that you can send that email. So this is what you would take a note of, where it says Hothouse Design. This would be a hyperlink back to the original page, opening in a blank tab. And this one down here, the email section with sales@hothouse.co.uk, this would be a hyperlink to open your email server or your email browser. And we call that a mail to hyperlink, okay, a mail to hyperlink. So that's what you would need to take a note of so that when you began working on your PowerPoint, you could include those sections as recommendations. But we've not been asked to do anything, we've just been asked to have a look and take a note of these so that you can use them then in step 54. So that summarises then the November 2009 paper 3. So you should be able to use this video to go through and check your own work against this, please. Thank you.